How we doing, guys? Moose here. Welcome back to episode number 50 of our West Ham United career mode. It's a big episode, of course. If you've been with us for all 50 episodes, be sure to bang a like on this one because I am thanking you guys for all the support throughout this entire series. And we are bringing back the Moose's mailbag here for this episode. The first question comes from Aquaman. He says, it seemed like Alexander Lacazette didn't have much impact in his first two matches. Does it concern us that the addition may throw out the chemistry of the team with Dybala and Lacazette pairing up top? I think they just have to, anytime you bring in a new player, they need to gel a little bit. They need to get together. So I think we're just going to need a little bit of that. We're still looking for sort of the formation that's going to work the best with these boys. And I think it's just going to have a little bit of growing pains for the first couple of matches. And then also, has Antonio's form this season and recent play earned him another pay increase? Pay increase we'll have to wait and see because it depends what we have about the rest of the team. But he's definitely earned more playing time. There's no question about that. And a pay increase could come along with that, depending on how things go the rest of the way. From Prime here, big trio of questions. What's been our favorite moment managing West Ham here in FIFA 16? I think a couple of the wins at Old Trafford against Manchester United have been fantastic. Really enjoyed those. Payet, of course, had a wonderful play. That noble goal he scored was honestly one of my favorite things in this career mode. That goal he scored was unreal because we haven't brought home any silverware yet, anything like that. So I don't think we have any particular moment that stood out, but we might have one here later in the season. What are realistic goals I want to achieve this season? I would love to win the FA Cup and top four, honestly. As long as we don't fall out of the top four, I think we'll be great. Title would be unreal, but as long as we can stay in that top four and win the FA Cup would be unreal. And how serious will be taking the FA Cup whilst battling for a league title? That's the thing I want. I think the FA Cup is going to be the thing we really want. That's silverware. I mean, the league title is silverware, but it's a long, hard slog. I think we have a deep squad that we could possibly do it. Now, from Greg Thomas, thank you for the questions. Has Wilson got a future at the club? Yeah, he does. He's played well. I think we're going to definitely give him a shot here now with the likes of Carroll leaving. It opens up a spot potentially up front with some guys underachieving. So we'll give him a chance. And will we be here for next season? Of course we'll be here for next season. Come on, you Irons. This is a West Ham United career mode. This isn't a Moose career mode. This is West Ham United. We're taking West Ham United to the top. And our final questions here from Hey, it's Liam. Who do we reckon takes longer doing their hair, Teo or Cresswell? I mean, they both have a fair share of hair care products in the dressing room. There's no question about it. I'd have to say Teo just a little bit more. He gets that slickness going on, but Aaron Cresswell's definitely got the height. He's all about the height. They're both fantastic players, though. Hopefully they keep smashing it. And how do we feel about smashing Everton? Martinez called West Ham a horrible club. Should he get fined? I never want to say another manager should get fined, but I want to say have a little bit of class. Roberto, take the loss with grace. I mean, it's not been a great performance for you guys. We've had really your number this season. You should take it with a bit more class. But Everton, one of the dirtiest clubs in the Premier League these days. So what can you expect from a manager like that, you have to say. As we can see, we do come into this episode now with a bit of training. Thank you again for everybody who submitted questions. Really appreciate it. Botland's up to a 79 overall, and Medina up to a 73, so we're seeing some great progression there. We've also got a youth squad monthly report. We've got some money coming in from the FA Cup, and we want to motivate the boys going into a top-of-the-table clash against Chelsea FC. Correa says he's okay to play. I don't think we're going to risk him for this performance, but we should see him in the next match against West Bromwich Albion. We're coming up against Chelsea. Payet, Dybala, Teo, and Lacazette, that quartet up front, I think it's going to be absolutely dynamite for us. It's unfortunate we've had to push Payet out to the wing, but I think his technical ability is going to let him take on his man out there, whip some crosses in, and then allow Dybala to sort of be a second striker to Lacazette. And this is just a massive matchup at the Bowling Ground. The biggest match probably ever played here. Chelsea, West Ham, top of the table. If we win, it'll bring us to within a point of the Blues at the top of the table. It's unbelievable how big a matchup this is. They are the top scoring team in the Premier League, but if you can see, we are third, just right behind them. So hopefully we can be the one to score the most goals tonight and come out with the 3 points. There's our lineup. Butland in goal. Van der Veer, Bonner, Reed, and Cresswell are normal back four. Chiate and Noble in holding midfield. And that aforementioned quartet of attackers that we will have lead in the line. The likes of Wilson, Antonio, Lanzini on the bench, possibly to make an impact if we need them. For Chelsea, though, really good lineup. They have Begovic in goal for Courtois, which is an interesting move. I think he's coming off an injury. pretty much the same Chelsea side we're used to. Ramirez is still there. They've brought in Jerome Boateng, Hazard. They've brought Cuadrado bought from his loan. Diego Costa leading the line as well, so really solid team. But we start off brightly in the 19th minute. Dybala with some lovely skill into Payet, who strikes it, and he's hit the woodwork. Nearly 1-0 as Payet took that strong, but he's put it just off the white beam behind Begovic, and we're not able to break the deadlock. Dybala, though, showing off some nice skills. He dances around John Terry and whips the ball in for Lacazette, who goes for the spectacular. Would have been easily goal of the season, but it's a phenomenal save by Begovic, and we don't take the lead just yet. Lacazette, though, whips the ball out wide to Dimitri Payet. He floats it in towards Cresswell, who's gotten forward from his left-back position, but his header isn't able to beat the Bosnian keeper either, and things remain deadlocked into the second half now as Piliqueta on the left-hand side dances around Teo, beats Van der Veer, plays it back to Hazard, but thankfully Butland gets down to his right, makes a really good save. Chance now for Van der Veer, plays out wide to Christian Teo, excuse me, I always seem to get that wrong. He dances around with a lovely roulette to beat Piliqueta. He's gotten inside of his compatriot, whips it to the back post, it's Lacazette! It's in the back of the net, and it is Alexander Lacazette. He's a poet, and he doesn't even know it. What a finish from the Frenchman. Teo does his man complete with a lovely roulette, plays it to the back post. Bit fortunate for Lacazette, takes a deflection, but I think it was going in either way. Comes off the foot of John Terry, and it beats Begovic, who he's slow getting over, you have to say, and it's in the back of the net. And just like that, Lacazette now with 4 goals in 4 Premier League appearances. He's coming off the back of that hat trick against Everton, and he's got a huge one here against Chelsea. Great finish, but we do here start the other way in the 65th minute. Aaron Cresswell whips the ball out to Van der Veer, takes a horrendous touch. It finds Diego Costa, who strikes it off the post, and woodwork from both teams now as Costa's hit the white beam into Lacazette as we come back the other way. Finds Dybala, good strike down low, but Begovic keeps things out, and we head into the 80th minute now. Chelsea, final roll of the dice here. Willian, who's come on the right hand side for Cuadrado, whips it to the back post. Diego Costa trying to get a head on it, comes back toward Butland, and he comfortably lets it sail wide, and that would be the final chance for Chelsea in this matchup, and it's a huge 3 points for West Ham United. Come on, you Irons. Lacazette gets the winning goal, and it's a massive performance. Man of the match for me was Aaron Cresswell. He was unbelievable in a fairly even contest. We dominated possession, had more shots, so we deserved the win, no doubt about it, but Chelsea very resolute at the back. Man of the match, though, for me, Aaron Cresswell is fantastic. 2 points for Angelo Ogbonna, who is a rock in the center of our defense. You have to give the credit to our defense where it's due for holding out the top scoring team in the Premier League. And 1 Moose's Mighty Hammer point to Paulo Dybala, who I thought was very strong. He won FIFA's man of the match, actually, and did very well. Of course, honorable mention to Lacazette, Teo for the assist on the goal, but a huge victory. Following the match, though, a little bit of negative press now from Manuel Lanzini. He complains about his playtime. He wants to be in the team more often, and I appreciate that, Manuel, but you have struggled this season. He had a very good first season for us, a good start sprightly to this season, but unfortunately just hasn't lived up to it here in the second half of the campaign, and he's struggled to get into the team, but he will have a chance to impress now in that center attacking midfield role against West Bromwich Albion. Carrillo, who we know is back and fit, ready to go. He's still got the plaster on him, so he's got a bit of a knock. The Band-Aids on him still, so he will come off the bench if we need him. We will have the likes of Lanzini in the team. And West Brom, we know they're going to come out strong because they're trying to stave off relegation. They're just a couple of points out of the relegation places, so they're going to need to come away with a big performance. Jelavic, the former West Ham boy, leading their line. Kozavishvili is a new guy as well, and Anders Lindegaard, the former United man, is going to be in goal for him. Luckily for us, Berahino is on the bench, so we won't have to contend with him, but it's a heavily rotated squad. This comes just like 2 days after that Chelsea fixture, so we are going to have to really rotate the team. Butland's still in goal, ever present for us, of course. Iorfa, Oxford, Reed, and Medina across the back line. Very young defense. Gorchka and Noble in midfield. Antonio's getting another chance. Ceballos is in. Lanzini and Callum Wilson looking to make an impact up top. You said, does he have a future with the team? Well, if he can score some goals here, then we'll definitely be more happy with his performance. But Antonio looking to create now. Links up well with Iorfa, who's been really solid for me on that right-hand side. Finds Wilson at the back post. It dances over the top of him, and Lanzini can't get on the ball either. And unfortunately, we're not able to put the ball in the back of the net. But a corner for West Brom now. Sessegnon whips in. It's headed away by Gorchka as far as Kozavishvili however you say it, and it's taken a pair of deflections. It's off the post, and it's in the back of the net, and I think the goal scorer is the former West Ham United man. So add an insult, or injury to insult, whatever, however you want to put it. Yelovich is going to get credit with the goal. I don't think he knew anything about it. It comes out to the man whose name we can't pronounce. He strikes it, hits off Madine Yelovich. Then it hits off the post and goes in the back of net past Butland, who's left with no chance. It's horrible luck. And just like that, we're down to West Brom 13 minutes in. And we're going to have to climb up from behind, pick ourselves up by our bootstraps, and try and find a goal. Antonio creates another really good chance there, whips the ball in, but Wilson's not able to get on the end of it. Ceballos getting his first real chance to create on the left-hand side. We know he doesn't have a ton of pace, but he's done really well with the roulette. Dances and past the defender, lays it back for Wilson, goes to strike, and his first touch fails him. And unfortunately for us, West Brom do get the ball away. And we've decided in the 33rd minute, this could create a bit of controversy. Danny Ceballos is being substituted off for Andre Correa in the 33rd minute. Did he pick up a knock? We'll be asked after the game, but no, he didn't pick up a knock. Moose was asked following the performance, was it injury related? No, it was performance related. I'm sure Ceballos will not be happy with being substituted in the first half. We'll see if that causes any strain on his relationship with the manager or with the club, but he did come out of the performance. Butland does well to clear away across, and Reed plays a fantastic ball to Andre Carrillo, who we know has absolute bags of pace. Looking to dance on a couple of defenders, finds Lanzini through. Could this be the moment? Lanzini straight down the throat of Anders Lindegaard, and West Ham can't find that goal as of yet. Noble for the ball comes away on a squib deflection to Leon Goretzka, and it's straight down the throat of Lindegaard yet again. They're making it absolutely easy for him. Antonio back post, Lanzini, Wilson's hit the crossbars off the line. Somehow it didn't go in there. You can see I'm losing my voice related to that. Somehow the ball didn't go in the back of the net, but it's cleared away as far as Dominic Iorfa, who finds Mark Noble. Another good chance for West Ham. Noble into Goretzka. He dances through. Deflected back to Lanzini. Finds Colin Wilson. Turns away. Carrillo with a good chance. Dances inside defender, and it's just wide of the goal. Unfortunately, it's deflected away. And this is that Wilson chance. It's on the goal line, as close as you could get to score, and it comes off the underside of the crossbar, and it fails to go in from just 3 yards away. So really unlucky for the former Bournemouth striker. He's really unlucky not to score there. He's done well, but unfortunately it's a good save. And Winston Reed with another chance, a great bullet header that beats Lindegaard, but he can't beat the post. And unfortunately we're not able to score, but we're bringing on the big guns now. Goretzka and Antonio off for Lacazette and Paulo Dybala with 20 minutes of regular time to play here. And Lacazette starts brightly just 2 minutes later with a good chance. Dances inside defender, but Lindegaard equal to the task. Wilson then gets on his horse, on his bike, dances around a couple of defenders on the left-hand side, looks to whip the ball in for Lacazette, gets ahead on it, and Lindegaard somehow makes a flying save. It comes off of his head. I don't think he knew anything about the save as he went to punch it, but it is kept out of the back of the net, and Iorfa now lays off to Mark Noble in the 87th minute. He finds Lacazette, who's been at the centerpiece of every chance, finds Dybala, and Lindegaard equal to the task. Yet again, one final chance now as West Ham have had their keeper come forward here. Iorfa wins the ball away. He dances past a couple of defenders, whips in. Dybala with a great save from Lindegaard. Again, he tries to chip him a second time, and it's stopped by the keeper, and the Danish keeper procures a clean sheet, and Yelovich's goal propels West Brom a little bit further away from relegation. West Ham unable to come away with the 3 points, and it undoes certainly if Chelsea won all that work they put in the last matchup. And look at that, 12 shots on target to 3, 20-4. They dominated the matchup and deserved the victory, and they're unable to come away with it. 3 Moose My Amber points are going to go to Reece Oxford, 2 to Callum Wilson, and 1 to Dominic Iorfa at right back, who played very well. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you thought of the Ceballos scenario, what you thought, any questions you might have, or Hammer's headline suggestions. As always, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for tuning in to these 50 episodes, and hopefully we can get 50 more before the end of this career mode. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.